everybody. Welcome to the Leader Lab. This is Leadership Shorts, quick thoughts to help you level up your leadership. My name is Chad Wright. I'm the founder of Forward Partners, and I'm joined by my partner in podcasting and creative director, Emily Gray Steele. Emily, what are we talking about today?
You've described leadership as lining up to get kicked in the teeth, right?
Well, sure. It is. On a daily basis, it feels like that.
Yes. Obviously, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun, right?
Right.
No one's, lining up to be that.
And yet we do.
So how can we survive and thrive
Yeah.
facing day-to-day challenges of being a leader?
Yes, and it's funny describing it that way. I was talking to one of my sons one time, and we were facing whatever the business challenge of the day was, and they're never ending, right? And I was talking to him about the challenge and what it was, and I described it as getting knocked over, and he goes, you seem to get knocked over a lot based on these challenges. And I said, yeah. He goes, do you like it? And I said, no, but you really have to love getting back up. You have to love the art of getting back up, because it is so much of that. It's funny when we look at people leading above us and we think, I can't believe they're not doing this and that, and we have it all figured out from down below, right? And then we get up there and we're like, oh my Lord, is this what it's like? Like, is this all the things you deal with?
It's a different perspective.
You finally see what that job really is, right? And so a lot of this will come down to, like most things, I think it comes down to mindset, because I think we can see it in one of two ways. We can look at those challenges as just this never-ending beating, and we're going to start showing up expecting that, looking for that, experiencing that, and eventually that's going to drag us down.
Yeah.
The other side to look at it is that this is an adventure. That every day that we get back up, that is part of this big grand adventure.
Okay.
And we are, as people, we love stories. We are attached to stories. We attach stories to everything. Our brains are story-generating machines, And we love these grand stories. We love the Star Wars where we're going and defeating evil, right? All the Disney movies are about this. All the things that we love, the stories that we're attached to are defeating the bad guy, fighting some big battle, There's something in us that's attracted to that.
Yeah,
we really
definitely
are. And I think in that is something we can tap into in a weird way as leaders, is to see our daily struggles as an adventure.
Yeah, just frame it that way.
Absolutely. To frame it as, I exist to go into this world and to impact people and make their lives better. And that adventure piece becomes way more exciting than, I'm going to show up today, I'm going to look at some spreadsheets, and I'm going to do a little bit of billing, and I'm going to deal with a couple of people problems, and I'm going to go meet with a client. Like, one of those sounds exciting, one of them does
like
not,
mundane.
right? It really is. And part of this is the art of finding impact and finding purpose in the mundane.
Yeah.
If we can learn to do that, we can teach our people how to do that.
Yeah.
And that is, when you think of it in terms of like raising kids, like we give bigger meaning to things to get them to do the little things, right?
Definitely.
You probably do a lot of that on a daily basis.
Yeah. There's a lot of finding motivation and fun games and things to do to make it interesting.
Exactly. And there's some of that with our people, to be able to point to something that we're not excited about, that we don't want to do, and say, hey, this is about more than just this. That becomes really, really helpful. One of the things I was thinking of when we were talking about this idea of this episode was a Saturday a few years ago when I had to go work with this group. And it was on a Saturday, which I'm not crazy about because that's my kind of day of rest, and I really look forward to that rhythm. But Saturday was the only day they could do it, and I had to be up at like 5 a.m. because it was kind of way across, somewhere else. And so I'm getting up and I'm driving there, and my mindset, to be honest, wasn't great at first. It was not, yay. It was I can't believe I'm doing this on a Saturday. And the faster I get there, the faster I can get this done and get these few hours over with and then go back home. And I recognized as I was going there, that was not a great mindset.
Yeah.
That was not going to yield good results.
Right, you're already in a bad mood. So where are we?
Yes,
there's no up from here.
No way it goes well from there. And so I literally stopped and I thought about it. And I thought about the people that were going to be in that room. And I think there were about 9 of them. And I literally thought through every person and their name. And I thought through the challenges we were about to dive into together. And I thought through the quality of their life and their organization if we could wrestle through these things together.
Yeah.
And I thought about the fact that I was uniquely designed to walk with them through this challenge, and that I was there in that time, in that place, for a reason.
Right.
And I tell you what was funny is that reason. I literally, as I'm driving, 75 miles an hour down the highway, because I wasn't speeding, Mom. As I'm driving down the highway, I was thinking about the wheels turning on my car. And I was like, every single turn of that wheel is taking me closer to something I am uniquely created to do.
Yeah. It's almost like making the story larger so you can not buy in, but so it's, are becoming a part.
It's placing yourself in a larger story. And the funny part is it's not a false story.
Yeah.
It is how this universe works. And so as leaders, if we can do that for ourselves and learn the art of seeing adventure every day.
Yeah, just leaning into that.
To lean into that and to talk about that. And I know it feels weird thinking about talking to our teams about that, right? Hey, we're on this adventure. Let's go. Spreadsheets, I know that feels very odd.
Yeah, when you end with like, let's go slay a dragon, and you're more like...
It feels weird, but again, we talk all the time about the fact that we are all designed to want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. If we can provide that as leaders. We had an episode a couple back where we were talking about the practical side of big vision. Mm-hmm. This is a piece of that. It is the mindset that says every day is about adventure. It's about slaying the dragons. It is about progress and impact.
It's seeing the impact. Yeah. Impact is a huge piece of that, right? That's what you're picture. Doing.
So again, our definition of healthy leadership is you are spiritually, emotionally, and physically oriented in the right direction. Our definition of spiritual health, it's not do you go to church? It's not do you believe in God? Do you pray?
Yeah.
It is do you see yourself as part of a bigger story?
Yeah.
Do you see the impact and the purpose in every moment of your life?
Yeah.
Because when we orient ourselves towards that, we are spiritually healthy. We are part of something bigger.
Where do you fit in that? Like, what is your piece of that?
Yeah. And we can then bring that to our people and get them excited about the adventure. And the adventure is a lot of mundane things. It really is. It's funny, we think about slaying the dragon, and if you think about a movie involving that, there's always this
they edit out the mundane out.
They edit it. They do. I'm thinking like there's always a montage. There's a montage of strapping on the armor and practicing and getting better. You start really bad at fighting and then you get better. Well, they get better over the course of 5 minutes.
Right. They sped that up.
Yeah, right? And in reality, it would be, 5 years of showing up every day, getting knocked in the mud, learning how to not do that, growing into your armor. Like it's, and that's
realistic
our life.
Movie gets a bad rating for sure.
Yes, nobody's watching that. But that is life. And so I think the more we can as leaders learn to connect that, I think it just creates better outcomes for us.
Totally agree.
For our teams, for the people we lead, for the people we impact. So I would encourage you as a leader, like leadership is tough. And it very much can be showing up to get kicked in the teeth every day. If that is tied to an adventure and a purpose and an impact and other people's lives getting better, it's worth it. If it is not tied to that, if it's tied to a paycheck, it's just not worth it. You've got to have this sense of adventure to drive you to be that healthy leader that is spiritually oriented towards health. You are part of a bigger story. It will have an effect on you, your team, your people, everybody. All right, I love the idea of adventure. It's one of my core values is adventure and a sense of it. And so I love that so much. All right, if people want to send us questions, if they want to send us their very mundane things and help us have us tie it to adventure.
I'd love doing that.
I love doing that. Where would they send that to?
They can send it to lab@forwardpartners.net.
Lab@forwardpartners.net. If they want to find all the things we're talking about online on the socials about leadership, where do they find that?
@forwardpartner.
@forwardpartner. All right, thank you for doing this, Emily. As always, I'm having a blast with these. Ben, thank you for producing. Wilco Workspaces, thank you for partnering with us on this podcast. And thank y'all for watching. Thank you for listening. Please share this with fellow leaders. We want to make sure that we're increasing and multiplying our impact, and part of that is you guys sharing it. So that would mean the world to us. Yeah. We will see you next episode right back here in the Leader Lab for Leadership Shorts.